Here I'm going to explain a little bit about how to use space. You can have silence in tracks to generate feelings as well. Rather than just having notes all the time to create melodies, is you can use the gaps in between notes to great effect. It's probably just as important as having music happen to have these gaps. You can generate a multitude of feels in your music by sort of holding back a little bit and teasing the listener. Here I've set up a basic track and there's a bass line going, so we'll just have a quick listen. So that ticks along nicely, and then what I've started doing is I've just created a little 2-note riff and a lot of space, and that sort of just generates a feel and changes the flow itself. So we'll have a quick listen to that. I mean, the gap could be even longer, but I'm just showing you here that you can fill it out a little bit. There are some reverbs and delays sort of carrying the sound on, but it gives you a lot of space to muck around, and it's like being gentle with the music. You can just muck around and then just fill in little bits and try and hold back from just cramming notes in, and just work on these types of feels. Because you may find that this ends up not being a lead but a backing, and you do write something more complex later, but this gives you a great background for your track to actually build up slowly, rather than having a complex melody to work out. So I'm going to throw in an extra note here. So that now rolls around quite nicely, and I could then extend that. So I'll copy that across. Then I could change a note here. Let's just try that. So there, I've got something quite dreamy, floating along quite nicely. And that, like I said, would enable you to, you could keep that as a lead, an intro, develop it further. You could get a lot of movement during many bars. So if you're struggling to fill some time or develop your track, is revert to something simple. If you're fighting with like a complex lead or something like that, just mute it, delete it, get rid of it, and just go back and just start things slowly. Or you could take your existing lead line and delete parts out of it, so you only hint at certain parts of the lead and slowly bring in the complete line, which is quite a common trick for building tension or leading the listener to a conclusion in the music, rather than just exposing the whole lead line right at the start of a track. You get something nice that builds up slowly.